travel vlogging isn't all it's cracked up to be, okay? I mean, I know it seems fun and exciting and, okay, well, it's actually pretty fun. But filming yourself while you travel is quite challenging. And I know so many of you guys want to film yourselves more when you travel, but you may only have your phones with you, or you may have to film everything by yourself. So I booked a super cute Airbnb for us to stay at tonight. So welcome to this kind of mock travel day sequence, bless you. I'll be going through a few shot ideas that you guys can film on your next travel day, all with the Hohem iSteady AI tracking gimbal. You can absolutely replicate these shots with your mirrorless camera or your full-size gimbal, but I wanted to give you guys a more approachable version of this because everybody has a phone. All right, so our energy in this airport is to shoot as much as we can without getting kicked out. If you're actually traveling through the airport, that's probably easier for you. So step one, actually buy a plane ticket. Step two, try to get every angle you can possibly think of. Try to get a multitude of shots to show that you're moving to different areas. So we tried some static jump cuts. We tried some tracking movement because that's one of the big features of this gimbal. I can actually use motion controls to start and stop the tracking and it will follow me. So we did a little bit of that with faking that sequence of going in and checking in. We had me actually walk by it a few times. I filmed a bit of myself walking from a higher angle and a lower angle, and it's actually really easy with the joystick to tilt that. And I just want a full and complete sequence to show where I am. So included in that are also some establishing shots. So I got some signage. We're also going to grab an exterior of the airport, and I was hoping that we'd be able to film at a window here and actually show some of the planes, but unfortunately that looks like it's on the other side that I can't get to, but I would highly encourage doing that, shooting out the window and showing some of those planes to really set the stage of where you are.
Welcome to the car shots. Like any good vlogging day, you're gonna have to travel somewhere, and usually it's gonna be in a car, an Uber, a taxi, whatever. So getting into the car, we're gonna make sure that we can build a complete sequence out of it. The easiest thing to do would be to use the tripod to put the actual gimbal on the ground, film a few angles of the trunk opening, me putting my bag in the trunk, and you can get really creative with stuff like this. You can put the gimbal in the back of the car and shut the trunk. You can put it on the ground. When we went inside the car, we actually put it on the seat and then filmed me getting into the car. That way, it's not just random shots. You can actually assemble it into a full sequence of events. Then of course we had our standard driving clips, and you can just, again, get creative, shoot every angle. Anywhere you can put the gimbal down, especially if you have to drive, do not hold the gimbal, then do that. The greatest thing about this gimbal is that it has 3-axis stabilization. So even though we're going over some bumps, we're out kind of in the country out here in Hamilton right now. We're literally staying in a barn that we're about to go into. This will keep everything super smooth, and I won't even have to worry about it when I'm filming myself.
All right, envision that you have arrived at your Airbnb, your hotel, or wherever it is you're staying. And this is my mentality, at least whenever I'm capturing a beautiful space like this. So you definitely want some wide, again, establishing shots of the space, some nice fluid sweeping movements. If you can shoot this in 60 frames or any slow motion, that's just gonna help you get that extra little bit of like creaminess to your footage and little extra stabilization, even though I know you don't need it with the 3-axis stabilization on this. It just looks really nice when it's in 60 frames. Then I love to grab detail elements. And so that could be books on a shelf. It could be the coffee stand. It could be you walking into frame and making a coffee or grabbing a glass of water. Have these little scenes of you interacting with the space. That's really nice. This is definitely something I did when I stayed in Fanad Lighthouse a few years ago, and I filmed a cute little breakfast sequence and had some of the textures that were in the room and things like that. Unfortunately, I don't have a closer lens on this phone, but just something to keep in mind if you do have that option. Maybe you have some other lenses that you can throw on, like the Moment mobile lenses, for example. In terms of how we shot it with this gimbal, so what I really love is that it has this rod that extends and you can actually tilt it. And then I was using the rod as a support. So you can use it to get up high or down low, of course, but I kind of liked using the rod as support for some of those fluid push-in movements. The other thing that was really handy, especially when we were doing this shot of me grabbing a book, is the detachable remote. This is so handy. The thing about having to shoot yourself is that you have to set the camera down, then you have to hope and pray that you're actually aiming in the right direction, and then press record, put it down, do it so many more times. This way I didn't have to reach behind the camera or behind the phone. I could just stop and start recording with this and actually adjust it with the little kind of D-pad thing right here, and I could tilt the phone in whatever direction I needed to make sure that I was in the frame. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give it a like down below, subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell to get notified for all future videos. And I will see you in the next one. Big thank you to Hohem for sponsoring today's video, and good night.